Good afternoon. My name is Stephanie Cates, and we're all starting to look a little ragged at day, I guess, 80 of, a lot of us are day 80 of self-imposed imprisonment. I am with Merchant Processing Solutions. I'm one of those people that using Zoom and other products and services, I have been able to reach out to a lot of my clients. And one of my dear friends and colleagues that I've known for quite a while now, Samantha.
Hi.
Jareno. She is with us today, and she owns and operates Coaching Vibes, which is a great company to coach businesses and their personnel. And thank you so much, Samantha, for being here.
Thank you, Stephanie, for inviting me. It's a pleasure to be here with you, talking about some things that are going on right now and how to deal with them.
Well, that's just exactly the word change. How many people like that word? Not me. I don't like change, you know, but we're all being forced to change. And what does change? And I'm going to kind of ask you to kind of keep your statements for the business customers, the business community that we mostly serve in these interviews. So if you could talk how change is really impacting these businesses, the owners, the employees, that'd be great.
Yeah, we have to accept that this was something that we didn't expect it. You know, having this situation in the 2020, when we were in the New Year's Eve, we didn't think about to have this year having inside the house to work and do all the things that we have to deal with. So basically, there are people, we're in a lot of changes and we're transforming. I think in business, what we are doing is just transforming ourselves, transforming the way our work, how we deal with how to work. And it's good for me. It's like we are evolving and we are using more the technology, and they say that in difficult moments is the moment that we have to be more, where the creativity explode and we start looking for those solutions and options to deal with what we have in our hands and solve the problems to move on and keep on going.
You know, I hear the word, you know, be safe. God bless. I hope you're doing well. It's all about feelings right now. I don't care if you're the head of a chamber, if you are the owner of a business, if you're laid off employee, if you're Social Security recipient, everybody is really feeling things right now. And you know, I'm not really in fear because, again, I've been blessed. I've spent the last 20 years almost working from home, and I know how to do it. But I get depressed because I am used to being outside a little bit more. How do you address the employees as well as the business owners that haven't seen anybody but their wife and kids and the TV for the last, let's say, 6 weeks?
Yeah, let me tell you something, Stephanie. We are humans. We're beings of habits. We live in our life in a routine. We wake up, the clock, the alarm sounds, we wake up, we do our routine in the bathroom or whatever what we have to do. As soon as we wake up, we do breakfast, we take the kids to the school, then we go to the traffic, then we go to work, then we come back. That happens from Monday to Friday, or maybe from Monday to Saturday, right? So then we live in a routine. What happened is that when people, we are now, we lose that. We just lose that. We lose the routine from a moment. In a moment, we just lose the routine. So what happened is that what I'm gonna do now? You know, there's some situation I said, okay, what I'm gonna do? There's so many questions, uncertainty that we feel like, what I'm gonna do, how I'm gonna make more money, how I'm gonna deal with this, what I'm gonna do with my employees, what I'm gonna do with my family, how I'm gonna work with my family inside the house. So basically that will get us maybe we can feel fear. Some people can feel fear, and some people can feel anxiety because they don't know they don't know what will come in our way. Right. So basically the fear comes sometimes with the events, the past events, maybe sometimes because we feel scared because we have in our past an event that make us remember and come back that emotions to what we're dealing with everything now. Anxiety comes from what we don't know, thinking about the future, what I'm gonna do now, how I'm gonna deal with all these things, how I'm gonna pay my rent, how I'm gonna pay all the things that we have to, the responsibilities. So that will make us feel anxiety. But in the moment, we have to deal with what we have, just be in the present, and start moving in the creativity and imagination, you know? That's why we have to work more in the creativity and imagination. Okay, I have this situation. How can I work and I deal with it? It's like sometimes the other day I was talking to a friend and he have a store, a florist, flower store. He delivers flowers, and right now he has to stop because, you know, with the pandemic, he cannot go out and deliver. They cannot keep on going. You know, the store is stopped. It paralyzed. So what we can do? Well, as a florist, a person can do courses teaching the people in the media how to do bouquets, you know, so he can show his talents. And people can also take it as a therapy, you know, so they can feel better doing, you know, hands-on things, and they can work on that. He can also show the different types of flowers, how we can, you know, treat them, how to take care of them, what difference are between the flowers. So in the meanwhile, I know it's not gonna receive, they're not gonna receive the same income as maybe they used to.
Right.
But there's things in the way that will come, that will make you feel good, because you're doing something for the community, because that's what is happening. Right now we're in a pause, but people are doing things for the community to get them know more. And because this is not a stop, we're not stopping, we're just in a pause. We're coming back again to reality.
You know, it's funny you mentioned that. You know, when I started, I happened to fall into a unique situation. Beginning of February, I had surgery on my shoulder. And so I was kind of 2 weeks without being able to really go anywhere and do anything. And then, so that brought us to a little bit past the February. And then shortly they're talking about the COVID. And I think I maybe had a week to 10 days going out. And then come March 1st, we were pretty much all told, if you're over 65, you have asthma. I got both. You know, stay home. Take care. And so I really basically started staying home. And, you know, when I look at this, I'm like, okay, you've worked from home. There's no reason why you can't. But you know what? You're the only person that has done your business from home. Your merchants have restaurants. They have flower shops. They have, you know, all doctors, everything. And they're not thinking about merchant services, which is what we do. So we changed completely. I have tried to sell a deal since the beginning of March. Not one deal. I let people know I've got stuff available, but I'm not knocking on doors. I'm not doing that. All we've been doing is these interviews with businesses to help our merchants, our other businesses, come to terms with what they need to do. And you know what? How wonderful that has been for us. We have all found a lot of people basically coming to us and saying, you know, we really appreciate these interviews. And you know what? We've been thinking about maybe talking to you about our merchant services. You're like, how did that happen? We go after it. We're not trying. We were trying to do community service. We were trying to pay forward to our merchants and to our businesses, and it's coming back. And I can't help but think that if all of these businesses like your flower shop wasn't out there doing YouTube videos in English, Spanish, whatever, and putting it out there, or saying, come by and get a flower, and, you know, put his mask on, his gloves, and here's a flower, and, you know, anybody who comes through the place, he hands out a flower. I don't know, but I think we're all in that. We can't seem to discover what perks us up, what moves us. You talked about creativity and imagination. how do I get that to happen?
Well, you have to do a discovery. You have to start that, and that's what happened right now. There's a lot of people that are saying, "Oh, stay at home and think about what you're doing. Maybe it's time for us to think about everything, about our why, about everything around us, about being in that, being mindful. You know, it's just to be mindful and conscious, because we were living in a in a place and a moment. We were working so much without being conscious about the balance, life balance, about the beautiful things that we have around us. So that makes us have inspiration, you know, about what we are, why we are here, what is our legacy right now, you know. So that will build us to create. And if I do this, and if I do that, you know, just to look for possibilities and options that we can have. Instead of thinking about negative thoughts, look for the positive ones. You know, I know it's hard. There's people that are getting sick. I know that we have missed a lot of people because of this. But you know what? We are here, and we have to keep on going, and we have to keep on moving on to what we have. And we have to help each other. When they say, go out, be conscious about going out, put your mask, take care of the others, you know, feel like you have the situation, but protect the other ones. You know, that's the way that we can help each other as the community that we have, as the relationship, build that, you know, consciousness that I'm going to help myself, but how can I help my people outside? My family, my friends, my people outside my neighborhood. And
You know,
that's
I'm gonna throw a number out at you.
Mm-hmm.
Today, there have been reported in the United States 48,900 deaths.
Unfortunately.
2 years ago, when that flu hit the United States in 2017 and 18, there were over 36,000 deaths, and we did not shut down the economy. Now, I understand why we did it this time, and we might, maybe we should have done it last time too. I don't have that crystal ball that would have said, you know, but what I'm saying is that this is not new, but I think what happens is we just have all gone into a panic mode. And so we're just sitting there, okay, when do they open the door? So, you know, instead of, so my husband loves Lowe's. The hardware store.
Yes.
He doesn't like Home Depot. Okay, whatever his reasons. He knows there's something on sale at Lowe's. He's there at 6:30 in the morning waiting them to open at 7. I go,
Wow.
well, they may be out. I'm like, what's the big deal? Just go to Home Depot. I don't like them. So again, he is narrow-minded. He's in his box. He is, you know, I got tired of trying to find dog food and toilet paper. Guess what? I'm ordering online.
And you didn't do it before, right?
I didn't spend any gas or walking around. I can get some here. Oh, it'll be 2 weeks. Well, I got enough for 2 weeks. I'll go, that's fine. You know, we just don't think outside the box.
Yes. And that's one thing.
That.
Yeah, the business and everything, we in the personal part, in our business area, in every context, we need that. We need to get out of the box. Even dealing with our kids, we have to get out of the box. So and a lot of times.
And you know, I understand. People need to understand, if there's in businesses, that those kids are not going back to school.
Mm-hmm. And it's going to be long.
We're going to keep these kids home. I know that your kids are home right now.
Yeah.
Stay home through the summer.
But you know what? It's just to have a structure. I'm not the best one telling them maybe this, because, but I think for me, it had worked. I have a routine with my kids. I wake up at this time, you know, I put my kids to take breakfast at one time. Then at that time at 7:30, they have to be at 7:30 later, late, they have to be seated down, doing their work. So if they want to get out more early, like 12 or 1, you know, I have a structure for them. And I'm working also by my, you know, I'm working also in the side. So I have to deal with that. I have to put like, okay, you're going to work with this. I'm going to be here. Only ask me questions. And then you have to put also boundaries to let them know that you're working, and they understand. they understand about it.
And so, this rebirth that we're talking about, before we move on to that, we talked about depression, anxiety, fear, being overwhelmed.
And let me,
Yeah,
I'm sorry, about the depression and everything. And, when you think, when you wake up and you feel demotivated, like, again, I have to deal with all these things. Well, I'm inside the house. Just think about positive things. Put intentions in your day. What I'm going to do today that will make me happy, and change the mindset. Change it. If I'm dealing with, I don't feel good today, I feel sad. How can I feel better? Oh, let me do this. And then try to change. Remember, negative thoughts, for one negative thoughts, you have to put 10 positive ones. So look how hard it is to change that. So you have to reprogram, the mind, the brain is a muscle that you have to train. It's like when you go to the gym, you have to train also your brain to make him think different from what you want, or for what you're feeling.
Yeah. No, I understand that. And, it's hard because I wake up in the morning and I do Bible study. It's my thing. Not everybody does it, but some people go out and take walks and they exercise. I kind of do the Bible first, and then I do my exercises. And the days I don't do that in order, I'm a little messed up at the end of the day. And so
that happens.
The other two things, these are some affirmations. I do 3 gratitudes. I got that from Tony Robbins.
Very good.
Gratitudes. What 3 things am I grateful for? I do 1 attainable goal and 1 I would love to get done today goal. And it's both of those. Well, at least the last one is always about business. So if it's about calling that customer, taking care of a customer service, or sitting down and looking at the new business plan, I always make sure that, and I truly try to do those 3 things: the gratitude, the goal for myself, and the goal for my business.
And that's great.
Goals and stuff like that.
I'm sorry?
How do you feel about those goals?
No, it's perfect. You have an intention. The purpose of wake up and do the 3 grateful things is you are having an intention to propose to feel better with you. You're being mindful. You're preparing your body to start the day in the best way that you want it, So that's very important. And if you feel like you're not getting it and you feel like a pressure, you have to analyze when you're not feeling good, what is the trigger? What is the trigger?
I know what my trigger is. It's my husband turning on the media.
Well, how can you stop that?
Now we're all blaming each other. The politics are coming. You know what? It's not about politics. It's a disease.
Yeah, and that's why there is we're gonna get through that. But it's incredible because that's where the communication has to come. Because if you feel that trigger is gonna make you feel like not good in the day,
I'm so mad.
Husband and tell him, listen, I feel like this. I want to have a good day. Listening to the news, it makes me more stressed or anything. Can we please maybe see if we can deal with it, like watching it later on when I wake up and I feel like I'm more relaxed, and watch it only for one moment in a time in a day, or I can do my things and then I leave you over there watching the news.
No, I just told him I have a townhome and I have a loft for my office up here. And down there we have the living room and then a bedroom that shuts the door. I told him news is in the bedroom when I'm not there with the door shut. I don't want to know.
Yes. You know what happened?
Because it's so negative. It's so, and I can't, I don't believe anything anymore. What is it now? Believe nothing of what you hear and only half of what you see. And so news for me has become just a lie after lie after lie. And I don't care who's telling you. And it's
and it's difficult because the media, if you analyze and you see how they speak, the language is very negative. Everything is negative. Everything is for you to feel fear, to feel like you don't have any purpose. When you see the big numbers, what are you feeling when we're talking about it? When you see the numbers of the death right now, what are you gonna feel? You're gonna feel fear. Your fear, your anxiety will come out, and that's not good for our health. So we have to look for things. They say, you know, I know that some people have been with the coronavirus and have survived, you know. And one of the things that most of the persons that talk about their experience is that they say you have to start thinking positive. When I start thinking positive, that everything will be okay. I have this, but I'm gonna prepare my mind to feel positive because I'm going through this, and I'm gonna be okay later on, you know. And you have to put that mindset, because that's the way that the mind is like a genie in a bottle. What you wish, it will come true. So if you tell him, I'm gonna feel sick, I'm gonna feel sick, I'm gonna feel sick, the mind will say, okay, let's do it, let's feel sick. And he will play with you in that part. So that's why it's very important to maintain a positive thinking. Even though I know this is a very hard times to do it, yeah, it's very easy for me to say it, right? It's very easy, but no, it's just, you want to feel better, just do it, just practice it. And if you feel like you have to take deep breath, like I told you about the exercise of the 4-7-8, you know, just breathe 4 seconds, hold your breath for 7 seconds, and then let go for 8 seconds. And you're gonna feel better. You're gonna feel that everything will come back again in their place. Good job, Stephanie.
Good. I'll use that. I'll use that when I want to get mad at my husband.
And you will feel good. You're gonna feel great. You have to do it seated in a place, of relaxed place, because you can get sick.
Forget that.
Take time for yourself. You deserve it. Okay, so we have to work on that.
So my last question to you is, looking at our rebirth, rebirth of business. I know it's not going to just, everybody's just going to, you can see on the 1st of May, all doors swing open, everybody jumps in their car, and we all get into a mass congestion on the highways. Slow and slow and slow. And that's fine. I think that's a better way to doing it. But what can I do at home, thinking maybe there's 10 days for my business to go out there? How do I mentally prepare myself and my employees to come back to work? Because a lot of, if I understand, a habit gets done in 30 days. We've all been doing this thing for over 30 days now.
Yes.
So
yes.
Are we now in a habit forming thing, and are we going to have to re-educate ourselves?
Yeah, I think for me it's 2 weeks. And I was going to mention that when you get used to, but like we said, it all depends on their thinking styles. There are people that can, we have three in that ways of thinking. There are 3 types of thinking. It's the maintenance. It's the person that doesn't accept changes. Just they want their routine as the way it was before. So that type of person, you have to work as a boss, as a leader, a service leader. You have to deal with him and go in trainings and go with him in the process, and look for motivators that can drive him to keep on changing in his process, you know. Because if you want him to change fast, he will get back and he will pause and he will freeze, because that's not the way that he works. So, or you can look for any position inside the business that you can have him in that maintenance routine and put him there until he gets adapted to the changes. There is also the development one. That one change, maybe he will accept the changes, but slowly. You know, take me slowly. I will do it. Let me internalize it, and I will go with the flow. But just let me read. Let me think about it, and I will flow. There is the changer. The changer wants things different every day, every hour, every moment. They're thinking about something and they want to change fast. So it's difficult also to have a changer in the business, you know, in the team, because, and if you're a leader, you're gonna get crazy also the employees, because you're telling them to do something now, and in the moment you say, okay, let's do this and let's do that. And if you're in the options part, you're going to give them a lot of options, a lot of changes, and the people, you know, the team will get like, well, overwhelming with all the changes. So that's where we have to analyze. First of all, and Stephanie, I want to mention this. We have to be responsible for ourselves. You know, like we were talking before. When we come back again, we have to know to be responsible of our actions. You know, nobody will do it for us. So, you know, we have to think that we're going back again to reality, but there's some things that we have to work, even if we don't like it. It's a responsibility, you know, to have our social distancing, wash our hands, all the recommendations that they have given us. We have to internalize it and work with it. That's very important. I think that's the first thing that we have to put when we come outside. Then we have to be flexible with the changes. I think to be the flexibility, to be flexible with the changes will make us move. And let me tell you, we're gonna get stronger. For me, I'm a positive person, and I know that we're gonna get stronger. There is a pause in this moment. I know that people are struggling. We're working with two things. We're working with the pandemic health area, but we're working also with the economical part. So, but everything, this will pass. You know, this will pass, and that will make us feel better. It's a moment that we're going through. Maybe it's gonna take a longer to be back in our in our situation, but everything will come and will pass, and we have to be flexible, and it's gonna be great because now we have options. The technology is giving us so many things and options to work on that is gonna be bigger, and we're gonna get stronger.
I'm looking for a positive outcome as well. And, you know, like I said, I have reflected a lot on myself, my business, my marriage, you know, where and my husband has lost his brother and his mother during these last 6 weeks.
Oh, wow. I'm sorry.
So, you know, there's been a lot of really difficult turmoil for him. And so that's why, you know, even though I want to sometimes, because, you know, that noise in the background for him makes him not think about what is going on. And we all are different. So kudos to you for explaining to our merchants that everybody is going to come back with a different story, with a different feeling. They may not feel as good about the business and leaving their kids as they were before, because they've had to work with them. You know, my daughter, when she first started this, she was like, every 2 hours, Ma, I'm going to kill these kids, Ma! 2.5 and 4.5. And they chose to keep them home from daycare because they were concerned.
Mm-hmm.
Goes, what do you do for a kid in daycare? Well, now they have online Spanish classes. They've got online piano lessons off of YouTube. They do painting classes with one grandma. They cook with me. All of this is happening. And my daughter and my son-in-law have one office, and they take 3-hour stints in the office and when they're out. So this has become a way of families all of a sudden working together. When we get back, the patience will be for the owners and the employees to become cohesive again. And like you said, everything.
Yeah, we need service leadership. We're looking for service leaders. We have to understand our people. We have to understand our cultural people in the way the culture will change. We have to have more patience, more knowledge, more trainings to know how to adapt and know each other, because sometimes motivators changes. You know, not all the people motivates because of recognition. There are people that motivates because they like to learn, and that type of person, you have to keep him in seminars learning all the time. There are people that are structuring the motivators, so you have to take them to the structure area, give the step by step, and he will feel motivated and he will get you to the results. And there are other motivators that are there, and when you know all these, you know how to communicate with the employees, you know how to lead, even you know how to be better as a person in your area and in your surroundings. So it's very important to keep our mind open, to be flexible, and to serve. And that will be good and great when we come back to move on, to get us stronger, And I know, Stephanie, I have a lot of hope. I have a lot of faith that everything will come back even better than we were used to.
Well, that's wonderful. From your mouth to God's ears for me anyway. So listen, Samantha, would you please I do understand you are offering some free consultation. Could you give a little idea of what that's about, how they can reach you?
Well, thank you, Stephanie. I have a package right now to give the assessment. Let me show you. This is the assessment where we talk about the ways of thinking. When you do this is an online test that you do. And then this is not a personality test. This is a psychological test, and it gives you the drive, what motivates you to keep on going. We do it as an individual, but we also do it with teams. So everybody can know each other and they can communicate more and avoid any conflict by understanding our ways of thinking. I do high performance coaching. I also include it with therapy that we have that I work is timeline therapy, and I also do hypnosis to make that deep relaxations that we need to get out all those negative emotions that we're feeling, and we can come back again and feel better. And that will make us healthier.
Yes. And you have a free consultation right now during this time, correct?
Yes, I do a 30 minutes call, free consultation to see where is your context, if you want to work with the test, or we can do whatever you want to work, we can negotiate it there. We discuss it. That will be like a discovery to see what you want to work, and then we go from there to all the process of the coaching area.
Okay, perfect.
And
give us your name and your information, please.
Yes, my name is Samantha Jareno. I am from Coaching Vibes. I'm the former of Coaching Vibes, and my phone number is 954-279-3868. My email is samjareno, like my name, Sam Jareno, @coachingvibes.com. Stephanie, thank you so much.
Thank you very much for being on the interview show today. And I hope that all of you out there take advantage of this opportunity. Sam knows exactly what she's doing, and she's very helpful. So again, thank you, Sam.
Thank you. You too.